Everyone, so we're in Normandy and we found a great park up at Utah Beach. They've got a municipal air. I'll show you in a second what it looks like. So here's the front of the camping car park. You'll see Gary's doing the old services here. This guy's queuing to get in. It's got the American flag because of course Utah Beach is where the Americans landed for D-Day, and the beach is literally straight down this road. A few hundred metres. It's not that far. It took us 10-15 minutes to walk there yesterday. This is what it looks like. There's quite a few spots actually as you go around, and we were right in the corner over there, and that worked out quite well because we had our habitation door facing towards the field and there's just some horses in there, so it's lovely and quiet. This is really annoying. I'm just having to help Gary because you've got to hold this down on the water, otherwise the water stops coming out. Right, it's your arm, and it stinks round here because it's like all one thing. I don't normally get involved in all of this, but he's asked for a bit of help. There he is. I can't complain because he's doing the black stuff. So if I got to hold down the water thing, it's probably the better end of the stick. So Gary's taken over water duty and you've literally got to hold this bloody thing down. That's really weird, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, you can let go of it and it lasts about 10 seconds, but you've got to keep pressing it anyway, so.
Oh, God. Tip when you come in here. So it sort of says, and put your card on here, and you think you've got to tap it here. You don't. Tap it onto this pad here and then it will open. I just helped somebody else out doing it because I did it yesterday. I was like that, constantly tapping nothing, but it reads it on this panel. Just come to the museum at Utah Beach, and look how small those sentry boxes seem. Don't they? They seem really tiny. Can you stand up inside it?
No.
Crikey!
I think it's the entrance to a bunker as opposed to a sentry box.
Oh.
And that's why it's small.
Sculpture's incredible. You've just got to look at the fear and the sadness in this guy's eyes. It's what's really captured. And the hand by the older guy there on him. It's absolutely incredible. You can hear the waves, and look, there's the beach where they landed. Through Normandy, we've come across this amazing Statue de la Parc, the World Peace statue. Just behind the statue is some flags. You've got the Chinese flag, the Americans, the EU flag. There is no British flag, which is very interesting. And we've just driven past a load of flags, and the British flag was there, but it was actually markedly smaller than the other nations. So we've seen all these flags that are flying, which is fabulous. There's all different flags, the German flag, the French flag, the British flag and the American flag. But look how small the British flag is in comparison. Like, I don't even know what that's all about. Like, talk about petty, like literally petty. What a bunch of shits doing that. A little better as there are some flags, and the British one is the same size. But that does look like a private house rather than the town put it up.
It's probably British.
It's probably British, yeah. And he's being fair and putting everybody's the same size, which is what you would do. Fantastic museum as you're going through. Look at that. The bus that's done out and everything. That's fabulous. There's so much to see if you're going to do the Normandy tours. Flags are the same size, I'm happy to report, but there isn't a British one. Nah. I didn't realise they hated us so much. Wow. Look at this engineer's bridge as you're driving down to Omaha Beach. It's absolutely beautiful. It's got all the flags of the nations that participated in the D-Day landings. And I'm happy to report the flags are all the same size. And here we go. We're coming up to Omaha Beach here. Wow. The site at Omaha Beach. It's really unbelievable to think that they came up here on this beach here and then had to climb such massive hills in order to get up onto land. I mean, it's all been built up since now, you know, wouldn't have had these roads and infrastructure now. But this is Omaha Beach. Look at the detail of this sculpture. Just, you can really see it in the eyes of this young soldier. It's incredible. Look up there, there's a motorhome air right at the top. Omaha Beach, and I tell you what's really poignant, they've got all these roses that have been left all along the beach. Some have obviously been here a while. We'll never forget, will we? Here we are. This is where we're parked up for the night. Morning. So we had a right old good sleep last night, didn't we?
Oh, it was very peaceful, wasn't it?
Yeah, and what a view. We could see that monument. Now, we did have to move this morning about 7 o'clock because we were worried about the workmen coming. And we were right, because we saw flashing lights down there, didn't we, earlier?
We did.
They weren't like siren lights, but they were obviously workmen lights. Anyway, we've just moved sort of along the road. We've still got a lovely sea view. So, plan today, after Gary has set the sat-nav, and weirdly enough, the sat-nav tried to tell us to go to England first before we moved to Gold Beach, 15 miles away.
28 kilometres away, it said. But it wanted us to go to Caen, get the ferry, go to England, get the ferry back, and then get off at Caen again.
No, I'm not saying it's him that set it wrong, but, you know, I've got a feeling that Gary pressed something he shouldn't have pressed. Anyways, so we're off to Gold Beach today, and if you're watching, Gary is doing a separate vlog on the Normandy D-Day landings, and that will come out on the 6th of June. So I hope you tune into that. If you're interested in the history of that, you'll enjoy that. So today we're off to Gold Beach. We're going to do all the beaches actually, but we're only going to touch on it on this vlog because Gary will go into depth in his own separate vlog.
Yeah.
Which is why he looks so handsome today. He's brushed his hair.
Well, that's not just me, babes. You look very beautiful too.
Oh, thanks very much, Gary. Museums everywhere that you go along this Normandy coastline. And here's one. This is the Museum Memorial of Omaha Beach. Got a massive tank outside and one of those beach disruptors. Honestly, there's so much to see around here, isn't there?
There's something everywhere.
Yeah, every single beach we come to, there's hundreds of museums. I think you could spend a couple of weeks here and you still wouldn't see everything. We're on a bit of a deadline, which is a bit of a shame. I've just said to you, we'd like to come and spend a couple of weeks here. I think if you're into military history, or even if you're just interested in what happened, this is a really lovely route and there's loads of places to stay. We've seen tons of camping car places.
Yeah.
So especially if you come a little bit out of season. So we're currently in May. It's the middle of May. The weather's okay. So I think it's a really good time to come, don't you? It's not quite on the anniversary, which is the 6th of June, which will be very, very busy. But I would say very atmospheric. But if you come in May, you've got the best of both worlds, really. Nice weather. It's the run up to it. There's a lot to see and loads of free places to stay. You're on the route of Omaha Beach. You'll come through a little town. You'll see we've just pulled up there. And there's some amazing pictures all over. And this has really, really took me. Look at this. Can't you just see that guy's face? He's so pleased to see that soldier. That young guy giving that older guy such hope. He's so relieved to see him. Just in the little church in the village. There's some Commonwealth graves and we've got one here for Sergeant Barrow. He was only 21. He died on the 28th of November 1940. He was in the Royal Air Force. Oh, 21. We're heading towards Gold Beach still. We're about 10 kilometres out. There's a bit of a bridge that's been kept as a monument there. But wow, look at that sea view. But all those soldiers would have had to come up these hills because it's pretty hilly up from the coast. This is the Port Winston Churchill. Wow. We're in Tracy-sur-Mer. So if your name's Tracy, you want to get down here. Hey, look at this. This is lovely. Lots of flags, all the same size. I might let it go. Have you gone the wrong way?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. We're back on the right road now. Gary's done a bit of a turnaround. Easy done, though, isn't it? If you're looking at something, and we'll let that bus go. Skinny sort of roads though, so best to let the buses go really. There's a bit of a wicked turn here. Ooh, yeah. Tricky little tiny roads though. So, and there's a lot of one ways.
We just came down there. God knows why we just didn't go straight. Why did it send us?
I don't know. Sometimes the sat-nav likes to mess us about somewhat. Oh, we're at Gold Beach, beautiful beach. Bit of a come down on the old memorials. There's not as much around here. The Gold Beach Museum, about a kilometre away I think it is. There's a couple of bits here, but there really isn't much. It's extremely quiet. It's just down the end of a street. We've managed to park up here. We're just going to go up to see the new British Normandy Memorial now, aren't we?
Yeah.
We've seen it, we've seen pictures of it, and it looks incredible. So we're just going to have a quick look at that and we'll show you. Gold Beach was strange, wasn't it? It was almost like there was nothing there, wasn't it, Bab?
Yeah, there's not a lot of fanfare down there, is there?
There's no fanfare. There wasn't even a fan. Well, we were fans. It's a beautiful beach, though. Really beautiful, but very, very eerily quiet. So the parking is just in here. We're hoping that it's big enough for, wow, the British Normandy Memorial. Cool. Wow, Gary, it's got a massive car park.
It has, isn't it?
So there is motorhome parking, but obviously no overnight. Let's go and find out how much it is. Was it?
It was €3.50 for the day, and the money goes towards the upkeep of the memorial.
Did you get an option to pay? Was it card or cash for both?
Card only.
Card only.
Card
You
only.
come in, there's a notice board with some bits and pieces and some safety tips. You are allowed to bring dogs, but they must be on a lead. It moves you to tears. It's just stunning. Juno Beach now, and there's so much to see, isn't there, Gary?
Yeah.
And this is where the Canadians landed, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's a piece of Canadian armour.
Well, these beaches are amazing, and this is Juno Beach. Wow, look at this, and you can park your motorhome down here. This memorial here is pretty much all there is for Sword Beach. Wow, blink and you miss it. This is Pegasus Bridge, and this is Pegasus Bridge Cafe. And Gary's been in here before, so he really wanted to come back again, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Because you met the owner last time, didn't you?
I did, when I was coming to Gibraltar, but she's a lovely old lady, and she was actually a young girl when the Paras came in and took Pegasus Bridge.
This is brilliant to come here. Only 10 miles from Cairn, so if you're sailing into there, it's worth the stop. The Pegasus Bridge Cafe has got such a lot of memorabilia. This is worth coming and having a little look in here. The lady Gary met 8 years ago, Madame Teresa. It's been a really poignant day, hasn't it, Bab?
It has, hasn't it?
Do you know, one of my favourite sites now, I was saying to Gary since we started this tour, has to be that British Memorial. It's absolutely amazing. Pegasus Bridge is worth coming to. There's a couple of great cafes here. They really are celebrating D-Day here, aren't they?
They do, all the time. It's really nice to see.
So we're off to Dieppe now. We're hoping to maybe catch an air there, aren't we?
Yeah, hopefully we'll find something that's got all the services we need, and maybe a laundrette nearby, because we need to do some washing.
We've got loads of washing to do. We've got hardly any clothes left, have we, that are clean? God, blimey. You know when you've got your scrags on because you've got nothing else to wear? That's what it's like, isn't it, at the moment? So anyway, we'll see you in Dieppe. Right, this journey's come almost full circle now, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
We're just coming up to an air in Dieppe, and that will now be 10 weeks on the road, France and Spain, before we hit the UK again, and then head back to Spain, of course. But we're going to see if we can get into this air. I'll show you what it's like if we can get in. We don't know how much it is or anything, do we?
No.
But yeah, we're in Dieppe now. It's been a right rainy day as well. Right, this is the air in Dieppe. You'll see Dieppe town is just over the water. And we're just going to go in. Don't know how much it is. Oh, it's got the tariffs there, look, Gary.
€7, I think.
Is that all?
Oh no, that's the hour. 24 hours is €18. Okay, well,
€18?
It is what it is.
What services have they got?
All of them.
Have they got?
Yeah.
Oh, they've got
dumping,
plugs.
water, the whole lot, electricity, the lot.
Yeah, I think this is going to have to be worth it, this, hasn't it? We want electricity tonight, don't we?
Yeah.
Sort ourselves out. Okay, we're going in. Well, we're in the air, aren't we?
We are.
And it's been a double murder, shall we say? Because someone's just given me a right scratch. So I put my arm down and it's really scratched. And it's like he hasn't been cutting his nails for about 20 years or something.
Cutting my nails.
No, you haven't, babe. You could grow veg in them. There's that much dirt.
There is no dirt on the block.
Showing your nails off, honestly. And then he said it was my fault because I was flaying my arms everywhere. I wasn't. I went like this. Like literally to sit down. That was it. So I didn't flay them. Anyway, with that and your picking of the air. So we can't.
Picking.
So we decided we were going to stay in Dieppe, obviously, because we got the ferry tomorrow at lunchtime, haven't we? However, Dieppe's situation with airs, there's 3 airs in Dieppe. You got one at the town hall, which is it. We don't know what that one's like, but we got this one, which is really close to the port, and then you got one over the river, which is where the town is and looks a million times better. Not saying we shouldn't have gone there, but
also chock-a-block as well.
It is chock-a-block. It is chock-a-block in your defence. But one of the problems we got here is, and I don't know if you can hear it, because we've got all the windows shut and we've had to move the van. We've already moved 3 times. So, which that's annoyed him, which is why I think he scratched me.
I did not scratch you.
Well, the thing is, darling, you could scratch me from the other air over the road because they're that long, and you could take my eye out. So anyway, the air over the road, and then this one, they're all sort of part of the municipality, aren't they?
Yeah.
Now, they're all €18, I think, I don't know, for 24 hours. And you can pay for like 4 hours, 24 hours. There's a bit of a mare with the electric, isn't it? What's the score?
So there's only, I mean, there's probably about 30 squares or 30 parking spots, but there's only about...
I was going to say, there's not 30 squares. There's about 4.
Yeah, there's only about 6 or 7 electrical hookup points.
Yeah, there's way more than 30 squares. I don't know what you were calling them. Parking spots.
Parking spaces.
Parking bays. Crikey.
Parking bays. That's the one we're both.
I probably got rabies from your nail. Anyway, so if I've not got, I should have had a tetanus. Anyway, so there's hardly any electrical hookup. So it's luck of the draw, one of those jobs.
Yeah.
And then guess what? We're on a 4 hookup, and there's 1 not working. Do you want to guess which one we're in? So we're in that one, aren't we?
It's kind of working, but the switch is the flip switch or the trip switch is a bit dodgy. And it keeps tripping.
That sounds
but
worse.
We don't know that
working.
It's tripping because you only get electricity for 1 hour at a time, 3 times a day.
Yeah, so it's like a medicine dose or something. You're only allowed a little bit, aren't you?
So it's due to come on at 6 until 7 for an hour. We'll see whether or not it actually works then.
So we only got electric so I could dry my hair, so I could have a proper air wash and dry it, you know, like get freshened up before you hit England and all that. But I don't know. Well, we'll suss it, won't we? It's all right, but would I come to this one again? No way. Not unless we had a really early morning ferry. Yeah. Then I think I would probably consider this particular air. Yeah. I would go to the one over the road, which I'm really jealous of, if I'm honest. But it does look chocker. So it does look like you'd open your door and, you know, your neighbour's like, there, hi. You know, so I wouldn't really like that much anyway. But we're all good to go, ready to get ready onto the ferry tomorrow, aren't we?
We are, yeah.
We've really enjoyed this 10 weeks travel, haven't we?
It's been such a laugh.
It has been a really good laugh. We've got one more episode to come, and that will be... This seems really weird, but it'll be our journey back to Spain. So for those of you who haven't really been watching this, we've bought a house in Spain and we're heading back to Spain. Down to Dieppe for a little walk, and it's really gorgeous. Literally 10 minutes from the air, and you cross over the bridge and you're where all the shops and the harbour is, and there's loads of restaurants. It's really nice. It's really nice. Betty train. Like really quirky bits and pieces. There's a shop just over where the harbour is. It's got all sorts of stuff, from those little Russian dollies to rocking horses, Art Deco pieces, massive jigsaws. It's incredible. It's beautiful. Elvis bust, a gold bunny. Amazing picture. This is brilliant. It's right up my street. This is so quirky. So this one is the air over the road. There's loads of space in here, Gary.
Yeah, it's the electricity don't want that one.
Oh yeah, they all have the electricity thing. Gary read that some of the spaces were really small. Ones in the middle are fine.
All right, yeah.
They look the same, Gary, to be honest. I'll be honest with you, babe, I think this is a miles better air, because where we are is over the river. It's fine for a little walk. They're both walking distance, but this one, literally around the corner, all the restaurants. So that's it for us this week. Thanks for watching, everyone. Until next time, love you loads. Take care. Ta-ra. Bye.